The phone in your hand, the satellites passing over your head right now, the servers running the video you're watching. All three are running the exact same piece of software. It's called Linux. And if you've ever looked into it, you've run into a wall of names like this and thought, what is going on? Why does one operating system have hundreds of different versions? Here's what makes this stranger. It all started with one college student. He posted a message online describing his project in his own words as just a hobby, won't be big and professional. That sentence is one of the most wrong predictions in the history of technology. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how a hobby project ended up running rockets, supercomputers, and almost every phone on Earth. August 25th, 1991. A 21-year-old computer science student at the University of Helsinki posts a message to an internet forum. His name is Linus Torvalds. He says he's been building a free operating system since April, just for fun, and he wants feedback. He didn't even pick the name himself. He called it Freaks. A volunteer running the upload server renamed it Linux without asking him. Version 0.01 had just over 10,000 lines of code. Today, the Linux kernel has more than 30 million. Within weeks, other programmers started sending in improvements. By 1993, over 100 people were contributing. The hobby had a problem. It was too good to stay small. Here's the one fact that explains everything else in this video. Linux itself is just the kernel. The engine, it talks to the hardware, but on its own, it's not something you can actually use. The same way a car engine sitting on a workbench isn't a car. To build something usable, someone has to bundle that engine with a file system, applications, and usually a visual interface. That bundle is called a distribution, or distro. And because Linux is open source, anyone is legally allowed to build their own. That single fact is the reason hundreds of versions exist. Different people need genuinely different things from a computer. Linux is the only major system that lets every one of those needs get its own dedicated answer. Kali Linux comes loaded with hundreds of tools built for cybersecurity professionals. Debian is built for absolute stability. Some servers run it for years without a single restart. Arch Linux ships with almost nothing, so you build the system exactly the way you want it. Ubuntu is designed to feel familiar to anyone coming from Windows, and each of those spawns more. Ubuntu alone has given rise to Mint, Pop! OS, Kubuntu, and dozens of others. When a developer looks at an existing distro and thinks, I could improve this, in the Linux world, they actually can, and constantly do. Now, here's where this stops sounding like a tech story and starts sounding unbelievable. Every Android phone on Earth runs the Linux kernel. Android holds roughly 70% of the global smartphone market. Most phones in most pockets on the planet are running a student's hobby project. 90% of the world's public cloud infrastructure runs on Linux. Every time you stream a video or load a website, the server behind it is almost certainly running it too. Every single one of the world's 500 fastest supercomputers runs Linux. Not most, all of them. SpaceX runs it on the Falcon 9. The Starlink constellation alone has more than 30,000 Linux computers in orbit right now, passing over your head as you watch this. Just a hobby. Won't be big and professional. Most software is controlled by a single company. They decide what it does and who's allowed to change it. Linux has no central authority. No one company owns it. No single person approves every change. Thousands of contributors from hundreds of companies maintain it today. Google, Red Hat, Intel, even Microsoft. One of Linux's biggest historical rivals now contributes directly to its kernel. Because no one's in charge, anyone who spots a gap, a specific device, a specific industry, a specific user, can just build a distro to fill it. There are versions made for scientific research, for children learning to code, for 15-year-old laptops that can't run anything modern anymore. There's even one built specifically for a computer the size of a credit card. As of 2024, the main tracker of Linux versions listed 958 of them, 274 still active. Every single one is someone's answer to a question Linux left open on purpose. One more thing multiplies the number of versions: the desktop environment. Basically, what the screen looks like and how you interact with it. On Windows or Mac OS, you get what you're given. On Linux, the interface is completely separate from everything else. GNOME is clean and modern. KDE is endlessly customizable. XFCE is built to run fast on almost anything. That's why a lightweight Linux distro can breathe life into a machine from 2008 that Windows gave up on years ago. No other operating system can make that claim. So why are there so many Linux operating systems? Because one student shared his code for free. Because the license let anyone build on it. Because different people genuinely needed different things. And because no single company could ever tell anyone to stop. Every distribution on that list is someone's answer to a question. Every fork is a decision someone made to build something better for their specific need. The diversity was never a flaw. It's the proof the whole model works. A hobby that now quietly runs the world. Thanks for watching Unknown Behind Known Things. If this changed how you see the software running your world, subscribe. There are a lot more hidden stories where this one came from. See you in the next one.